Good morning, greetings, friends, and welcome to the Brightside, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health, to your vitality, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to the Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on the Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is no miracle at all. It is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we want to hear from you. We welcome your phone calls on the Bright Side at 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us advertise on the Bright Side or recommend on the Bright Side, that you hear us talk about on the Bright Side, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask them about my personal favorite longevity product, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine multivitamin mineral complex powder that you add to water and drink. It's a wonderful source of the B complex and vitamin C. It's loaded with vitamin C. You get 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C per 2 scoops. It's got B12 and biotin and iron and electrolytes and fruit and vegetable powder. Now you can get Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, peach-flavored BTT, GMO-free. Tastes great. $50 a canister. Most folks will notice results within 1 or 2 doses, results like lower blood pressure and weight loss and appetite-suppressant effects. And it tastes great, too. It's wonderful for kids, great for older folks. It's especially effective if you have digestive problems. The liquid format means it goes right to work. It bypasses the stomach. It goes right into the digestive tract, right into the intestine, and into the blood quickly. Most folks will notice results, as I say, within 1 or 2 doses. And you can find out all about it by calling the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Or you can head over to brightsideben.com, pull down on the shopping cart. You'll find all the longevity products up at brightsideben.com, and you can also click on the Join the Team link if you want to start a longevity business for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business and make some money selling longevity products as you get your products for the wholesale price. Okay, we are talking about Jell-O and whipped cream and fruit. Basically, we're talking about the body and connective tissue. Today, I want to talk about turkey, or more specifically, turkey neck. I had a friend over the other day. She's probably listening. And she was concerned about the condition of turkey neck. You probably know what I'm talking about based on its graphic name, that kind of swinging thing that you get on your neck as you get older. It doesn't happen to everybody. My mom's got it. She was really traumatized for a while. She's gotten over it at this point. Turkey neck is a dramatic sign of the same kind of connective tissue breakdown that occurs in the rest of the body. It's wrinkles of the neck. It's osteoporosis of the neck. It's connective tissue breakdown of the neck. If you don't want turkey neck, and if you want to make sure you don't have to deal with connective tissue aging-related health challenges, be they prolapses or hernias or wrinkles or osteoporosis or strokes or aneurysms or any other structural health issues, you want to make sure you're paying attention to connective/muscle tissue. What I call the connective tissue muscle tissue matrix, or if you just want to call it the matrix. Yesterday we talked about strategies for building connective tissue and muscle tissue. This is all as it regards, remember, protein. We're talking about protein. We really started this whole discussion talking about bone and osteoporosis, and everything that's true about building connective tissue is true about building bone. Osteoporosis is a connective tissue breakdown disease, and there's no drugs that can help you with this. This is so crazy, you guys. It's so nuts. And it's borderline evil and criminal for a medical professional to dispense Fosamax or Boniva, or for Sally Field or some celebrity to get on TV and tell you about using these poison drugs to build connective tissue. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Read the side effect profile on Boniva or on Fosamax sometime. It is hideous. It's among the most toxic, deadly drugs you could ever use, aside from the fact, the very logic, the craziness of using prescription medicine, of using poisons to build connective tissue, to reverse connective tissue breakdown is just absolutely asinine. Just stupidity of the highest degree. Tell that to the next doctor who just recommends Fosamax for you. Tell him to read the darn side effect profile. Anyway, we've been talking about how you build connective tissue as it regards, or how you build connective tissue. Specifically, we were talking about bone, but all connective tissue. We're going to get to cysteine in a little bit. We'll be talking about glutathione in a little bit, the body's major anti-cancer peptide protector molecule. But I want to finish up with this idea first, excuse me, of how aging, got something in my throat here, how aging and breakdown can all involve jello or the meat or the bread or whatever you want to call the connective tissue, muscle tissue matrix. Weightlifting is one of the all-time most effective ways to build connective and muscle tissue. That's why you don't have to be an athlete or a football player, a teenage boy, or a young buck to benefit from weightlifting. Weightlifting is one of the most effective ways for anyone to build the matrix, the muscle tissue, connective tissue matrix. This is one of the neatest things about the body. In the correct context, stress tells the body to grow. In the correct context being nutrition, rest, not inputting the system with a lot of poisons and toxins. As long as you got nutrition present, as long as you're resting, getting enough rest, and as long as you're not feeding your body toxins, stress helps build connective and muscle tissue. This is so important. And this, by the way, is important. The reason why nutrition is especially important after the matrix, the bread or the jello, has been stressed in any way. After you have some kind of connective tissue, muscle tissue stress, physical stress, working out, you want to make sure that you got nutrients present so that the body can instantaneously, as soon as that stress is relieved, you want the body to instantaneously be able to repair. That's why you always want to do your nutrition when you come home from the gym. Correct post-workout nutrition accomplishes a couple of things. First of all, correct post-workout nutrition acts as an instant source of raw materials that the body can use to begin the repair process. The repair process begins as soon as you put the weights down. This, by the way, is also true after surgery. After you have some kind of surgery, after you had a cut, if you have plastic surgery, any kind of connective or muscle tissue, if any kind of connective tissue or muscle tissue is involved in the surgical procedure, you want raw materials present as soon as that cut is made, as soon as the stress is made. That's why you always want nutrients right after you come home from the gym. As soon as you come home from the gym, do your power smoothie, do your whey protein, do your B vitamins, do your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, your Ultimate EFA, so you have all of these nutrients present as soon as you're done working out, and the body can initiate the repair process. Same thing after an operation, or after surgical procedure, plastic surgery, a facelift, whatever. After any kind of surgical procedure, you want to have nutrients present. That's yet another reason why it's so absolutely crazy for the medical professionals to tell you not to take nutritional supplements after a surgical procedure. You want to make sure that you have lots of nutrition present. If your doctor's told you you're not going to be allowed, or he doesn't want you to take nutritional supplements after surgery, at the very least, load up on nutrients before surgery for a couple of weeks before you have your surgery. So number one, if you have your nutrients present when you come home from a workout or after surgery or after any kind of stress on the connective tissue, muscle tissue matrix, you're going to have raw materials present so that reversal process can turn around instantly. And then there's a second reason why you want to make sure you're supplementing as soon as you come home from the gym, or that you have nutrients present in your body for post-surgical healing. There's a second reason. I'll tell you what that is when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Brightside. Our number's 855-660-4261. We're coming back right after this. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. There's no reason why you shouldn't live to be at least 100 and have a great time getting there. and I'm going to give you a free copy of my lecture that tells you exactly how to do it. In fact, after you've lived a long and healthy life, there should be only 2 documents in your medical chart, a birth certificate and a death certificate. I'm Dr. Wallach with a warning. If you have a 4-inch medical chart, if you take prescription drugs for high cholesterol, high blood pressure, arthritis, joint pains, and other health issues, the medical profession is failing you. They're using you for an ATM machine. My free lecture is going to reveal what pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know. There's been groundbreaking research and discoveries on how to effectively treat or eliminate over 900 different diseases naturally. It's all in my free lecture called Deadly Recipe. So call toll-free 1-855-79-YOUNG. Again, that's toll-free 1-855-79-YOUNG. 1-855-79-YOUNG.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now, thanks to Dan Pilla, you can get the tax help you need to end your tax nightmare.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce or eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay. And after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. With the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
We are back on the Brightside. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. Our number today is 855-660-4261. If you've got questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, we want to hear from you. If you want to get off your meds, help a loved one get off their meds, and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. If you've got questions about formulations, ingredients, the longevity products, 855-660-4261 is our phone number on the Brightside. Try to get on board early, and we'll get your phone calls here in the next segment. And we'll try to get to as many calls as possible at 855-660-4261. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products or start yourself a longevity business, please call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or you can go over to brightsideben.com and take a look at our you can click on the Join the Team link. You can also take a look at our shopping cart with all the longevity products. And I also want to encourage you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does a tremendous job on my blog and my website, pharmacistben.com. Okay, so if you're interested in building connective tissue, which we all should be interested in doing, building connective tissue and muscle tissue, this is where aging really takes place. This is where the visible signs of aging take place. Most of the visible signs of aging take place in this matrix area. Lots of ways you can build the connective tissue, muscle tissue matrix. We left off before we went to break. We were talking about weightlifting, and that's a great strategy, putting stress on the body, doing weight-bearing exercises. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a football player or young buck or teenage boy. You don't have to. It doesn't have to take you a lot of time either. Good weightlifting program can take you 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. That's all you really need. 5 minutes a day, 3 days a week, 4 days a week or so. That's plenty of time to get a good, intense workout that'll help build connective and muscle tissue. But you want to make sure you're coming home and doing your B vitamins, your protein, your amino acids, essential fatty acids, etc. Number one, you want raw materials present as soon as you stop working out. The body will instantly use those nutrients for the repair process. Secondly, there's a second reason why you want to make sure that you got nutrients present, and that's because these nutrients that you take when you come home from the gym can have anti-inflammatory properties, and inflammation will suppress the repair process. Now, a little bit of inflammation is important. A little bit of inflammation actually initiates the repair process, but too much inflammation can suppress repair. And making sure you have vitamin C and the B complex and magnesium and amino acids present, essential fatty acids present, digestive enzymes for that matter, present when you come home from a workout can have anti-inflammatory benefits, and it can help keep inflammation from getting out of control so that the repair process can proceed the way you want it to. Remember, it's the repair process that you're looking for, to exploit, to take advantage of. It's not the weightlifting. It's not the stress where you get the growth and the repair. It's when you stop working out. That's when you get the growth and repair. And you want to make sure that when you stop your workout, you don't have too many inflammatory factors present, and using nutrients when you come home from the gym can have wonderful anti-inflammatory properties as well as growth-inducing repair properties. Vitamin E, by the way, can be especially effective when you come home from the gym for keeping inflammation down. All fatty nutrients, vitamin E, essential fatty acids, vitamin A, in addition to vitamin C and zinc. These can all be helpful for their anti-inflammatory properties as well as for their growth-inducing properties. And by the way, these concepts can be applied to skincare as well. As we've been saying, the appearance of the skin is for the most part a connective tissue issue. How the skin looks in terms of wrinkles and fine lines and aging is largely a connective tissue issue, a matrix issue. Connective and muscle tissue get thinner, and we get wrinkles, and we get fine lines. You can rub all the wrinkle cream on the surface of the skin that you want, but if you're not addressing the connective tissue and the muscle tissue, it isn't going to help very much with your wrinkles. This is the problem with most wrinkle creams, anti-aging creams in general. Even the famous melon extract, that crazy commercial with the French doctor. By the way, the melon extract from France actually comes from New Jersey, FYI. It's just more scam artists on commercials and through the mass media. It's just sad that somebody like Cindy Crawford should be involved with something like that. In any case, you can't rub a melon extract on the surface of your skin to fight your wrinkles, no matter what the French doctor tells you. Connective tissue and muscle tissue, the meat of the body and the meat of the skin, is underneath the candy coating. It's underneath the epithelia. You got to get into that connective tissue and muscle tissue area if you're going to fight wrinkles and fight the signs of aging. Now keep in mind, the same kind of weightlifting effects that you get when you go to the gym to build connective tissue and muscle tissue can be applied to the skin. Connective tissue and muscle tissue in the face, in the skin, can be stimulated by stress in the same way that the connective tissue and muscle tissue growth can be stimulated by weightlifting stress or weight-bearing exercise stress. How do you stress facial connective tissue? How do you stress facial muscles? By working out your muscles in your face. You can do facial muscle exercises. Literally, you can contract and relax and contract and relax, and you will be doing the same kind of, you'll be achieving the same kind of effects on the connective tissue and the muscle tissue in your face and the areas where you're getting wrinkles and fine lines that you do when you build muscle when you go to the gym. Of course, you also want to make sure that you're using supplements in your dietary strategies as well for taking care of the wrinkles and taking care of the fine lines and the crow's feet and the other visible signs of aging. One of the neatest things about the skin is you can address connective tissue and muscle tissue matrix by working with the surface, by working with the candy coating, not with melon extract. That's not going to help you. Most wrinkle products and anti-aging products aren't going to help you, but alpha-hydroxy acids will. Glycolic acid, lactic acid, malic acid, mandelic acid. These are all alpha-hydroxy acids. Are found in lemons and limes and wine and milk and various fruits and vegetables. These alpha-hydroxy acids can have a powerful stimulating effect on connective and muscle tissue, and this is why you want to make sure, if you're interested in anti-aging skincare, that you're using topical alpha-hydroxy acids. Make sure it's low pH, that is, you're maintaining the acidity. Most of the over-the-counter products don't have enough acid bite to really have an effect. But if you go to an esthetician or you go to a salon or you go to some kind of skincare facility, maybe even a dermatologist's office, make sure you're getting an alpha-hydroxy acid toner or alpha-hydroxy acid cleanser that's got a low pH. You can have a pharmacist compound it for you on a pH of around 2 to 3, which is kind of that's pretty acidic stuff. You're not going to find that in the supermarket or the drugstore, but you can have a pharmacist make it up for you. Or you can have an esthetician. You can go to a salon, have an esthetician sell you a nice alpha-hydroxy acid product. Make sure the pH is low. It doesn't really matter the concentration of the alpha-hydroxy acid. It doesn't matter if it's a 10% alpha-hydroxy acid or glycolic acid product, as much as the pH, as much as it's important that the pH is where you need it to be, around 2 or 3. The pH of the skin is maybe 4 or 5, so you want it to be a little bit more acidic than the skin. And then you want to make sure that you're using vitamin A and vitamin C. We've talked about this a lot. Vitamin C in its lipophilic format and its fatty format, and then vitamin A as retinoic acid or retinol. And these were what I call the big 3 topical skincare ingredients, and they're really important because they help build connective tissue and muscle tissue, and they do it in a really neat way. Simply by disturbing the epithelia, the surface of the skin, they actually activate the lower the meat and the matrix part that's lower underneath this epithelial surface area of the skin. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got more to tell you, and take your phone calls as well when we come back from our break.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Curious about what comes next? Next is the feeling of vulnerability you get after you arrive home to discover your house has been ransacked by burglars. Fool the bad guys with a new improved fake TV. You asked for it, we listened, and we made our new fake TV 3 times brighter than our previous model. The brightness of our new fake TV is equivalent to a 40-inch TV. It simulates the color and motion of a real TV while you're away from home. And when burglars think someone is home watching television, they're likely to pass your house and move on to an easier target. The new, brighter fake TV is only $39.95 and includes free shipping. Go to faketv.com or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. That's 877-532-5388. Or go to faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Now you can get the same survival food U.S. Special Forces use on their toughest field missions. High-protein, high-energy, freeze-dried foods known as long-range patrol rations, or LRPs. Soldiers love LRP rations. They're lightweight and easy to carry. Easy to prepare by just adding water. Easy to enjoy because they taste great. Civilians love LRPs as a solution for emergency preparedness and recreational activities with limited storage space, such as hiking, climbing, sailing, or RV travel. Veteran-owned Freeze Dry Guy is your exclusive source for this 2013 U.S. military overrun. Long on nutrition, these delicious entrees have a long shelf life, lasting decades. But this rare opportunity, this limited supply, will not last long. You have to act now. Call 866-404-3663, 866-404-FOOD, or log on now to freezedryguy.com, freezedryguy.com.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
We are back on the bright side. I've got a couple more. I'm going to I'll finish this up here real quick. So the big 3 topical skincare ingredients work because they work in the connective tissue area, the matrix area of the skin. For the most part, however, you're not going to get matrix, connective tissue, muscle tissue matrix effects by using skincare products. That's why I call these ingredients the big 3 ingredients, because they're the only 3 ingredients that can really address the connective tissue, muscle tissue matrix. Now, there are some peptides that can do it. We talked about matrixyl in the past, and that can do it. But for the most part, if you want to get connective tissue, muscle tissue effects, and this is where wrinkles are showing up, if you want to get anti-wrinkle and anti-aging effects on the skin, topically, that is, using topical products, you've got to use alpha-hydroxy acids, glycolic acid, lactic acid, and such, as well as vitamin C and vitamin A. Now, these topical strategies are just a drop in the bucket compared to internal strategies. Number 1, making sure you got the raw materials. Number 2, you got the raw materials for building. And number 2, you got the raw materials to keep inflammation down. And then there's some other strategies as well, some of which involve food, and we'll talk about that on our next Brightside episode. And we will also continue talking about proteins and peptides and cysteine and ways that you can build connective tissue using these proteins and peptides. And then we'll continue talking about glutathione, the body's most important cancer-fighting, antioxidant, disease-fighting, and anti-aging peptide. We will do that as we continue talking about protein and peptides on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to the Brightside on the Genesis Communication Network. We're here 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. Our number today is 855-660-4261. We do have a line open for you. Let's take our first phone call of the day and go off to Texas and welcome Dave to the Brightside. What's up, Dave? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Thank you for taking my call.
What's going on?
My wife went to do a free heart health screen at a local hospital.
Okay.
And then a number of the readings came back, which were all pretty much out of whack.
Okay.
And after closer review of them, it looks like she has metabolic syndrome.
I love that term.
All 5 of the tests were kind of out of whack. I just wanted to see what you might recommend. Just kind of get this immediate in control so we don't go into full-fledged diabetes or anything like that.
Let's talk about metabolic syndrome. I love that diagnosis, metabolic syndrome, or that medical term, if you will. Metabolism is the sum total of all the chemistry in your body. You have two streams of chemistry. You have chemistry that breaks things down and chemistry that builds things up. They're both important. Breaking down is called catabolism, and that's an important part of health. You need to have tissue breaking down. You don't want to have old tissue, old muscle tissue and old connective tissue, because it's going to be weaker because it's more fragile and old. So the body will clean that stuff up and it will replace the old tissue with new tissue, and that's called anabolism. And this balance of build up and break down is what we call, when you add the two together, is what we call metabolism. Metabolism is the sum total of breakdown and build up. Metabolism is like the bottom line in a business. In a business, you're always spending money, you're always making money. It doesn't really matter what you're spending or what you're making. What matters is the bottom lines. Likewise in the body. Catabolism and anabolism, they all happen together. Build up and breakdown happen together, and it doesn't really matter the build up and the breakdown. What matters is the bottom line. What matters is the sum total. What matters is the metabolism. The term metabolic syndrome is so amusing to me because what it says is you got bottom line disease. It means everything is messed up. It means your entire biochemistry is messed up. Your blood pressure is whacked. Your kidney health is whacked. Your bone health is whacked. Your immune system is suppressed. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong when you have so-called metabolic syndrome. Folks, everything. Dave, they tested maybe for 5 things. Rest assured, if she indeed has metabolic syndrome, everything's going wrong. So what the doctors will do is they'll try to treat every last little symptom. They'll try to treat the blood pressure. They'll try to treat the bone health problems. They'll try to treat the immune health problems. They'll try to treat the inflammation. They'll try to treat all the different manifestations, which is stupidity of the highest degree. It's asinine. It's retarded. It's dumb. For the life of me, I cannot understand how a medical professional can actually attempt to try to treat every last little symptom when there's only one thing going wrong. The body's chemistry's messed up. The body's chemistry's whacked out, and you can't address the little individual symptoms of the whacked out chemistry, especially using drugs and surgery. It is stupidity of the highest degree. So what do? Well, you got to figure out why is the metabolism messed up, and it isn't very difficult. There's only a couple of things that can go wrong in the body. In fact, there's only one thing that can go wrong in the body. Listen up, Dave. Listen up, everybody. If you have anything going on wrong in your body is trying to deal with some kind of stressor, and it's not having any luck because we're chronically stressing the body. Now, the stressors can be emotional, they can be mental, they can be spiritual, and I'm not going to address those here. But from a physical perspective, if you have metabolic syndrome, you got to figure out what is getting into the system that's stressing it out. You don't want to be addressing the blood pressure, and you don't want to be addressing the kidneys, and you don't want to be addressing the cardiovascular issues. You want to be addressing the causes of the kidney problems, the causes of the blood pressure problems, the causes of the cardiovascular problems, the causes of the inflammatory diseases. You want to be addressing the causes of the metabolic breakdown, and there's only 2 main causes. There's one main cause, and that's stress, and there's only 2 main reasons why the body becomes stressed. Actually, 3. There's 3 main reasons why the body becomes stressed. Number 1, because chronic attack through the digestive system. That means food. Number 2, because of chronic changes in blood sugar. That means food. And number 3, because of lack of oxygenation, and that means breathing. So there's 3 main strategies here, Dave, for your wife. 3, and that's all you got to do, just 3 things. You got to figure out what she's eating that's whacking out her metabolism. It's probably some kind of food intolerance that she's dealing with. That's number 1, and she probably had it all her life. Number 2, you got to figure out how to stabilize her blood sugar. That means more protein, more good fat, essential fatty acids like the ultimate EFAs, and coconut oil. And then reducing her intake of insulin-spiking foods. You know the story, the breads and the pastas and the rice and the potatoes and the so-called whole grains and the processed grains and anything that throws off her blood sugar, fruit juice, desserts, all of those kinds of foods. But remember, not willpower. Don't force yourself. You don't want to have your wife force yourself not to eat these kind of foods, but just eat more protein. Get yourself some One World Whey. Take a cup, or have your wife do this, a teaspoon of One World Whey or tablespoon if she likes. Put it in water, drink it down 3 times a day. And every time she drinks her One World Whey, make sure she does a little bit of Beyond Tangy Tangerine too, and make sure she does a little bit of coconut oil. She does that 3 times a day. That will instantly reduce her intake. Without any willpower required, she'll be able to instantly reduce her intake of these fast-burning, insulin-spiking carbohydrates. That's step number 2. Step number 3, practice deep breathing techniques. Make sure she's using any kind of deep breathing techniques, but it might be helpful if she gets herself one of those apps that we talk about all the time, My Calm Beat or Bio Breathing, or 2 that I have on my smartphone. But just Google breathing apps, search for breathing apps on your smartphone, assuming that you have a smartphone. And then there's tremendous nutritional supplements that you could take for metabolic syndrome. Number 1, the B complex. I'd be using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, sipping on it all day long. Number 2, vitamin C. You'll get 1,000 milligrams per 2 scoops in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but you might want to throw in a little extra vitamin C. Make sure she's getting all of her electrolytes through vegetable juices, and again, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. She should probably be on the entire Healthy Start Pack. That'll get her the mighty 90, and it wouldn't hurt her to throw in a little bit of extra sweeties after meals. If she does even 50% of what I just told you, Dave, guaranteed, no drugs required, no doctors required, she'll notice a significant improvement in all of her markers of metabolic syndrome. Hang tight, Dave. We'll finish up when we come back from our...
Farmers keep livestock lean and healthy with a mineral-rich diet. Then, before market, they cut off minerals, leading them to crave high-calorie grains. If weight control is this easy, why prescribe surgery for humans? Introducing Youngevity. You could avoid 900 diseases by getting 90 essential nutrients from Youngevity. Check out 90 for Life at tobeyoungagain.com or call 855-79-YOUNG. That's 855-79-YOUNG or tobeyoungagain.com. Youngevity. It's all about saving money, getting healthy, and creating wealth.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light Systems system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, listen carefully. Sweeping changes to IRS policies will help more people than ever eliminate their tax debts once and for all. And now I can help you reduce or eliminate your tax debts and end your tax nightmare. Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I've helped thousands of people reduce and eliminate tax debts they couldn't pay, and after more than 30 years of experience dealing with the IRS, I can tell you there's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. And with the IRS's new policies, it's easier than ever to put your tax debt behind you once and for all. Call now at 800-346-6829 to learn how I can help you. You know your IRS debt will not go away by itself, but you don't have to live in fear anymore. Call 800-346-6829. Learn how I can help you eliminate wage and bank levies, release tax liens, and negotiate a settlement with the IRS that will put your tax nightmare behind you forever. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to taxhelponline.com. That's taxhelponline.com.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
All right, we are back on the bright side. Dave in Texas. Did I give you good enough, was that enough data for you? Enough info?
Awesome. I appreciate all your help. Really appreciate your thoughts on this.
Okay, buddy. If she even does half of what we just talked about, she's going to notice a significant difference. Thanks so much for your call. God bless, buddy, okay?
Take care.
Talk to you later, man. Thanks, Dave. All right, let's see. Rose, what is going on? How you doing, Rosie?
Hi, Ben. We always, appreciate your great effort, and you have our spiritual support.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I always encourage, to keep the balance, okay?
Thank you.
No matter what Mr. Anderson, that's his name, the GCN person says.
My buddy Teddy? My buddy Tango Ted?
The head person of GCN.
Yes, he's a good man.
No matter what he says, keep the balance. And every time I have a testimony, I will say it, and I'm sorry for him, but he's missing something there.
No, Ted's a good guy, Rose. Ted's a beautiful man.
No, he's good, but it's just that we need the spiritual balance, too.
Okay.
Because that's part of the healing. My question is this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
It's just because I'm a spiritual person.
Okay.
I was going to ask you, I know of somebody, they had a unique situation. The person got caught up in the wrong place, and this person was not an evil person. It's just that he didn't pray. That's how I interpret that.
Okay.
And there was a crazy guy that started shooting.
Oh, my goodness.
And
where was this?
Huh?
This is local?
I can't mention the place because there's going to be it's still under, what?
Investigation. But tell me how I can help you, Rose.
Okay,
the
problem is this.
Yeah.
He had, part of his pancreas was, the bullet went through, and part of it, the liver was affected, the intestine, the stomach. I look at, I'm a fanatic with anatomy and physiology. I love that.
Okay.
And I'm learning so much with you. And I think they had to take out the splint.
They took out a spleen?
Yeah, no, it was the appendix.
Okay.
And the splint was affected, and then he has I know you know that, when you have such a traumatic injury like that, they left a little opening for drainage. But then
so you want some nutritional help for all this? This guy,
yes,
got,
some
okay.
How old coming is out. What can he?
Lots he can do. How old is he, first of all?
Oh, he's, I think he's in his 40s.
Okay, good. So he's young enough to start to make a turnaround here. Number one, the most important thing, Rose, when you have this kind of mechanical trauma, we talk a lot about degenerative disease. In fact, that's mostly what this program is about. I don't really address mechanical trauma as much as degenerative disease. But when you have mechanical trauma, you have an organ removed, gland removed, or you break a bone, or God forbid, a gunshot kind of trauma like you're describing, what you got to do is you got to start to really, 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 really be kind and loving to the body. The body's like a baby that's been traumatized. And that means that just like when you have a baby who's been traumatized, it needs extra love and extra nurturing, extra attention. That's kind of how you have to look, or this gentleman has to look at his body. Lots of love, lots of nurturing, lots of extra attention. And that means two things. Number one, it means staying away from anything that puts a burden on the body. Anything that requires a lot of processing. If it's foods, staying away from problem foods, as always. Everything we talk about in terms of degenerative disease except extra. So if people who are dealing with accelerated aging or diabetes or degenerative, some kind of autoimmune crisis or whatever, cancer, if they have to be careful with their digestive system, this guy has to be extra careful with his food choices and digestive health and digestive wellness. I'd be eating as little as possible and just focusing on nutrient-dense foods and liquid foods. That means minimizing his intake of foods. If he doesn't feel hungry, if he doesn't absolutely need to eat, he shouldn't be eating. That's just work that his body has to, that's just energy his body has to expend on processing food that it's not going to be able to expend on the healing process. So eating as little as possible, but focusing on nutrient density, using vegetables, using smoothies, using juices and soups, vegetable juices and vegetable soups. Bone soup could be this gentleman's best friend, making absolutely sure he's getting enough protein. I'd be using a gram of protein for every pound of body weight, especially whey and egg protein. If he's eating meat, make sure the meat is organic. Make sure the meat is grass-fed. It's not supermarket meat. He should never, ever be eating in a restaurant. He should never, unless it's I would never eat in a restaurant if I was him. And I'd be really careful about ordinary supermarket foods as well. So he has to be very careful about the kind of foods he's choosing and also using nutritional supplements that are building supplements, anabolic supplements, zinc, 50 milligrams a day, vitamin A, 20,000 international units a day. Sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine all day long. Use the Z-Radical, which has got tremendous healing properties, the digestive enzymes with meals, and then digestive enzymes on an empty stomach that can help suppress some of the inflammation and help enhance the healing process. You're going to get some vitamin C, or he's going to get some vitamin C in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but I'd be using extra vitamin C. I'd be taking anywhere from 5 to 10 grams of vitamin C a day. Make sure he's on the Mighty 90. Magnesium can be very helpful along with calcium. Maybe 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of magnesium a day. Use the magnesium glycinate form. That second word after a mineral, as we said before, is very important. It's a very important indicator of how well the mineral will be absorbed. Magnesium glycinate, for example, is a much more effective form of magnesium than magnesium oxide or magnesium carbonate. Magnesium glycinate is found in the OsteoMag product from Youngevity. Calcium is always going to be important for everybody. Maybe 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of calcium. OPC selenium can help keep the infection down, any infections down. Selenium is a powerful immune system booster. Make sure he's got enough glutathione by using glutathione building techniques, N-acetylcysteine. We're going to be talking about that next week. That's very important for glutathione. Glutamine, we talked about that a lot a couple weeks ago. We spent at least 2 weeks talking about glutamine. I'd be supplementing with a teaspoon of glutamine every day. Have him do a smoothie or two every day and weight-bearing exercises. Anything he could do to build the connective tissue and muscle tissue is going to be very important for supporting the healing process. So have him listen to the Brightside and, for the next few days. Actually, maybe even for the next maybe for the next week or so, we're going to be talking about connective tissue and muscle tissue building, and that's all going to be relevant information for your friend. All right, Rose, there's a lot more you could do, but that's a great start.
May I ask you a question? How come somebody told me, I haven't spoken to him directly. He doesn't live where I live. He lives in another state. How come his voice has changed?
Higher or lower?
I'm not sure. Just they say that his voice sounds weird, different.
I can't answer that because I don't know how his voice has changed. If his voice has gotten higher, he may have done something to his hormone, either his testes or his adrenal glands. And maybe affecting his hormone production, but I can't tell you unless I hear his voice. I got to move on, Rose. Thanks so much for your call, and thanks so much for your kind words. I always appreciate them. All right, Rose?
Bye.
Have a beautiful day. Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's see if we can get a couple more in real quick. Brandon in Tennessee, welcome to the Brightside. What is up?
Hi, Ben. Thanks. I was calling about my wife. She always is having issues battling chronic UTI infections, and this one seems to be very bad. I know she's taking the Tangy, and we're on the EFAs. And
here's a couple things for UTIs, okay? Yeah. Bacteria, probiotics, Biolumin nightly essence. Consider it to be a digestive problem. Somehow bacteria is getting bacterial balance in the body is being thrown off. So with UTIs, I always focus on probiotics, good bacteria, or any kinds of foods that can throw off bacteria. If your friend wants to have some quick relief, sometimes Lugol solution can work. Sometimes the sugar mannose, M-A-N-N-O-S-E, can work as well. The Z-Radical can be helpful for helping with chronic urinary tract infections also. So look for food allergies, number one. Look for anything that throws off probiotics or good gut bacteria, number two. If you want some quick relief, Lugol solution, which is iodine, put a couple drops in water and drink that down a few times a day. Or a mannose, the sugar mannose, M-A-N-N-O-S-E. And then also sometimes people get some good results from the Z-Radical with urinary tract infections. Thanks for your call, Brandon. Anything else? I want to try and squeeze one more call in. Do you have any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. All right, Lynn in Arizona, got about a minute. Let's see if we can get we can answer your question real quickly. Lynn? Do we have Lynn? I don't know what happened.
Yes, I have Lynn.
Lynn, what's going on? How can I help you?
Alcohol abuse recovery. How do you do? What can you do for
nutrients? Post-alcoholic alcoholism nutrients you're talking about?
Yeah.
Lots of things. The B vitamins probably are the first thing, and vitamin C. Your water-soluble nutrients for alcoholism are very important. B vitamins are used for processing alcohol and for processing sugar, and vitamin C is important for helping prevent some of the negative effects, some of the damage that's caused by alcoholism. I'd be using 5 grams a day of vitamin C in addition to the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. The Beyond Tangy will also get you some of those B vitamins, but you may want some extra thiamine, and you may want some extra niacin, both of which are extremely important for helping the body process alcohol. Zinc is important also. Get on 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate a day. Wouldn't hurt you to throw in some OPC selenium. And then staying away from anything that messes up blood sugar. That's also very important. Maybe even the sweeties after meals. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for your calls, guys. Appreciate all your letters and your phone calls, all the love. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.
My name is Jessica Armand. I'm an activist, a GCN listener, and mother of 3. Our drinking water and food are filled with fluoride and other contaminants that harm our teeth and gums. To protect my family, I created My Magic Mud, an all-natural teeth whitening and strengthening remedy. My Magic Mud is a soft powder that polishes your teeth, reduces sensitivity, and removes harmful toxins from deep inside your mouth. You deserve a bright, healthy smile. Visit mymagicmud.com and get yours today. That's mymagicmud.com.
It's time to kick some ash because cigarettes have met their match. Smokers are switching to Vaporite e-liquid by LeSig because when you kick ash, you kick tar and smelly smoke too. LeSig smokes the competition with real people customer service, a 7-day satisfaction guarantee, and same-day fast free shipping. Become a vapor today at LeSig.com, spelled LECIG.com. LeSig e-cigarettes. Kick some ash.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day, unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927, 866-229-0927, or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.